What's up everybody, Badass Games, welcome to my new walkthrough for a Trle called Wreck of Blue Storm. This is a short Trle, but that's okay because the puzzles really make up for it. In fact, there's not very many secrets, but that's fine. There's only 2 secrets, and we're not even going to get into a secret in this level. Okay, we're somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, and for the very beginning of this, we'll be swimming through some water and going through some of these corridors. And get stuck on some plants, I suppose. Now with the first T, you want to take a right, and you'll find some jellyfish, and then swim through all of this stuff. To the other side, you'll find a small opening. When you go through this direction, after you get out of this tunnel, you want to take a left this time. Okay, the other 2 ways, they just lead to dead ends. The dead ends are very, very short, so you immediately figure out that you're going the wrong way. Alright, swim through this area with the fish and the jellyfish into this little section if you're looking for an item. There are some harpoons in here. Alright, so let's grab this and then turn around. Now we're going to head over to the boat itself. So the reason why I like this Trle is because it reminds me of the Tomb Raider 2 levels, the Wreck of Maria Doria. Alright, so here's another little corridor that you're going to have to find. It's kind of well hidden, but once you find it, and you go through it, you'll find the entrance to the ship right here. Now let's go ahead and take out our harpoon gun. We start with one. We start with the harpoon gun. There's going to be a shark right there. Alright, so I got one shot off before I had to reload. For some reason I had to reload real quick. Now the shark swims real fast, but its turn radius is crazy good. So you can't get too close to him. Alright, so we got one shot, and then 2 full clips of the harpoon will deal with that fish, and it's gone. Now, in order to go through this level, we need to find this hatch right here. We can open this hatch while underwater. Sort of a new move that you can do in here. Alright, now let's go ahead and activate a flare. Okay, this turns on your light. You might as well keep this on the entire time you're playing this game because it doesn't count as a flare, it never goes out, and it constantly illuminates this dark, dark game. So, very, very awesome idea right there. And here we are. These textures should look very familiar if you've played Tomb Raider 2. We're going to be staring at these for a little while. This walkthrough is going to consist of 3 videos. That's how short this Trle is. I'll show you how to get through this whole thing. So this ship looks right side up, which is awesome. Okay, and if you noticed, when I walked in here, we saw an icon in the lower right-hand corner that looked like this. Okay, we have a PDA, and this is very similar to the PDA, I guess. Well, it looks very similar to the PDA in Underworld, but it's not the same thing. It's a lot different. All it does is give you information. So here's an introduction if you want to read through that. It also gives you hints, so if you get stuck, you can look at these hints, and it should tell you how to get through this game. Okay, so the first way that you want to go when you come into this open area, there are quite a few different ways you can go. There's a couple of shut doors over there, okay, and there's an open door over there, but soon you'd run into a shut door. So what you need to do is you need to run and jump over to this side. Jump over this slope. And then we'll come over to this side right here. Now you can go that direction right there. That is actually a direction you can go to find some of the pieces that you need, but this is also a way, and it's a lot shorter, so we might as well get this way out of the way first. There's a crack in the wall right here that you can use to shimmy over to the other side. Once you're on the other side, pull yourself up, and we're going to walk to the edge right here. You'll notice that there's some glass right there. Well, we're not going to run and jump toward that thing. We're going to run and jump toward the edge that's far from where I'm facing. Good luck, because you can miss. Usually you can hit that rail and fall to the ground. Alright, so make sure you walk carefully through this glass and into this area. Now you can go in that room right there, but the solution to this puzzle right here is not given to you in there. Instead, it's given to you in here. Alright, so you have this harp. In fact, there's another harp on the other side. And if we look in the mirror, we'll notice that the harp is in the mirror, but we can also see some sort of phantom harp. Okay, that's telling you where the harp needs to go. So let's go ahead and push this thing. Alright, so we put that thing in the right position, and now let's go to the other side. You're going to need to get some weapons out, because there's going to be a tiny little enemy. Only takes 5 shots from the dual pistols. Okay, and here is another harp. Now this harp needs to go in the exact same spot that its brother harp went into. I can't push it from here, that's fine. So we'll just pull it out once. The goal here is to get it on the identical tile, I'm sorry, the mirror tile. It would be like a mirror image of the other room. So I need to get this harp onto the tile that's just to the right of it as we are looking at it right now. And there we go. We hear that a door opens, and it happens to be this door right here. Let's get our pistols out, break some glass, and take the broken water symbol. That's what this is. Okay, it's broken. Alright, we need to get another piece, and that's what the other way is going to take us. That's all that's in this puzzle right here, so we're done here. Let's go ahead and leave. Be careful of the glass. Alright, you can run and jump over to the other side if you want, or you can just fall down. Doesn't matter. But we do want to go up the same way that I went before, where I said you can go in the other direction, because it's time to go in that direction. Hop over the slope, and into this section, you'll find a breakaway tile right here. And then you can hang and fall to avoid any damage. I'm not even sure. You might even be able to avoid damage just by falling through there. Okay, now we have 3 directions we can go. Over here is a dead end for the most part right now. We will be using this room later. It's just got a huge aquarium in it, and we'll also see that there's 2 receptacles over there, okay? And there's also, if you look around even further, you'll notice that there is well, maybe you won't notice that there's a switch up there, but there's a switch up there. And we will be getting all that done eventually, not in this video though. This direction leads to another receptacle and 2 other aquariums. Okay, so the proper way that you want to go after you fall through the hole, okay, if I'm facing out of the hole right now, you want to go to the left. Okay, this is going to take us over to the Neptune Lounge is what it's called. It's a good name, considering its grave is right here in the middle of the ocean. Alright, so there's another crab in there, and there's also a door right here that we can open. We don't necessarily, I guess, never mind, we can't open that door. We can open it from the other side, which we will do later. Let's off that crab and then come in here and pick up this paper that it was guarding. And this is going to give us some more information about what our mission is. Painting, I just found a diary page. Okay, so you can read that if you'd like. Just pause the video there on that. And while we're in here, we actually can look at the PDA. It'll give us another hint for this puzzle. A switch is hidden on a painting in the lounge. Okay, so what they're referring to is this switch right here. So we can press this. Opens up a trapdoor right there. Now before I go down there, I just want to show you that there are cabinets that you can search, like this one, but this doesn't have anything in it. I'm just searching it just for the fact that, to let you guys know that you can search these things. Now right here is a door that you can open, so don't be fooled by the door that we just saw that doesn't actually open. Okay, we can open these doors. You just can only open them from one side. I happen to be on the wrong side for the door that's out there in the hallway. Okay, let's go down the hole. And now we're going to swim through this water area. Alright, there's a couple things you'll notice when you come in here, and you're going to want to take note is that there is a doorway open right here past these weeds, okay? This door is shut right now. You can see that's a door. It's illuminating funny when the light hits it. And then there's also this way. This is the way that you're going to want to go. Inside of here, there are some harpoons. And also, if you haven't noticed, I'm not losing any breath. So you can run around perpetually underwater without having to worry about killing Lara, which is pretty cool. However, that won't always be the case. Alright, let's swim up and out of here. Now there's a couple things that you're going to want to notice in this room. A couple ledges you can jump on there in the far distance. A door over here that's shut, which we cannot open from this side, and this is just a dead end right there. So what we want to do in here is we want to run and jump over to this tile. Okay, and then we can jump and grab the ceiling here, just like a monkey bar. We want to make our way over to this tile right over here. It can give us easy access to the other island here in the middle of the water. And then take a small hop over to this section. Be careful of the steam. You can crawl underneath it. The steam does do continuous damage, so don't touch it. Unless you want to lose some life. That's up to you, my friends. Alright, inside of here we'll find a lever. Let's pull this. Okay, this is going to swap two of the doors that were underwater. One's going to open and one's going to shut. And in fact, it's also going to fill a certain area that we weren't able to get to yet. Let's go over to this door. You can open these doors from this side. When you see the wheel, that means you can open the doors. The only thing that this is going to do is get us back into the same room that we were in, but it also gives us easy access to that lever, so we don't have to do that jump over there with the steam piping again. Let's fall back into the water, and then let's swim over here to the far end. As you can see, that door is now open. This one is now shut. Okay. And let's go in here. Now what we're looking for is these weeds right here, because hidden in these weeds there is a underwater lever that we can pull. We can get situated on it. And that's going to put out a steam pipe that was blurting steam in another area. That happens to be behind this door right here, and we're going to go through that door here as soon as we pull that lever again. Fortunately, we have the lever accessed very easily with this door open. So let's go back through this door. You can also sprint in this TRLE. I think the only new move that is in this TRLE is opening hatches underwater. Alright, so let's go on the other side of this lever. If I can position her properly, we can pull this lever again. It's going to invert the doors again, swap them. And we can run through here to get out if we'd like. Okay, as you can see from the far end, the door is shut, and this door is once again open. We can come in here. This is where the steam pipe was that I turned off by pulling the underwater lever. Pull ourselves out right here. This is like the only spot where you can pull yourself out. Let's do a running jump over to this platform. Okay, over there is a hatch that's shut right now, and the ultimate goal is to actually open that hatch. Well, not ultimate goal, but it is definitely a goal. We won't be able to do that in this video though, unfortunately. That's all going to be for the next video. This is a long first level, and the last two levels aren't very long at all, so let's run and jump over to this side. Okay, now with that steam pipe not blurting steam, we can make it over here. Over here is a small med pack. Let's grab that. Let's take our pistols out because we can shoot this grate right here, and we need to do that to get over to the other side. Before I go through there, I want to point out that there is a pole right here that you can climb, but there's a door up there that's shut, and the idea here is to open that door. So let's duck underneath this. And then now we can fall down into this section right here. Let's go over here to the left side from where I fell. Pull ourselves up. This is going to give us access to a lever that we can pull that will open the door that I mentioned previously up the pole. So let's pull this thing. Boom, open door. Sorry you didn't get to see the cutscene very long, but that's fine. I'll show you exactly where that's at, which is more important than knowing that it happened. Let's pull ourselves out of this. Okay, so this is how we're going to get out of here. This is the same area where we pulled the underwater lever, in fact. Right there's the weeds, and the lever's actually down there as well. Alright, so let's line ourselves up for this jump. We need to run and jump over to this ledge. And then crouch through here. And we'll find the pole right here. Climb up. Make sure you turn to the left because this is where the ledge is. Do a backflip. And you're finally out. This is the door that opened, okay? Now there are two ways you can go. That way is going to lead back to the area where the main hall area, okay? But over here is where we want to go. Now there's a puzzle in here, and we'll take care of that in a second, but I want to come over here into this corner and pick up these Uzi clips. Yeah, we'll have Uzis a little bit later. Alright, so in order to do this puzzle, what you need to do is you need to stand on 4 particular tiles, okay? But you cannot stand on any other tile other than those 4, otherwise you will reset the puzzle, okay? The 4 tiles are located in these spots right here, okay? Here's another one, and then there's one right up there just in front of the door. So what we need to do is we need to run and jump a particular way in order to get to them. You can do normal run and jumps over to these tiles, just like this. Fortunately, the tiles aren't mean. You don't step off of the tiles very much, so you shouldn't worry about having to reset the puzzle. Just make sure you land on these tiles just fine, and you will open this door. And there we go. Now let's shoot this thing right here, and we'll get a piece of sapphire, is what it's called. But we can combine this with the broken water symbol to create just the water symbol. Okay, now we have our first item that we can use in a receptacle, and that's where we're going to head to now. But before we get there, we're going to encounter a new enemy that we've seen in Tomb Raider 4. And they basically come out of nowhere just to freak you out. Boom, they're 2 knights with shields. Now you have to shoot these guys like the knights in Tomb Raider 4. You have to let them get close and try to shoot their chests. Keep your distance by hopping backwards, avoiding all of the debris that's in this room. And now let's go through this door right here. We can open it from this side. This is the other side of that one door that I couldn't open before. And here we are at the Neptune Lounge. Okay, we don't want to go through there yet. We actually want to go the same way that we came a long time ago. Run and jump over here. Be careful of that jump, by the way, because you can hit your head. Okay, this is where the aquarium was, and this is the other direction that I told you about, but I never actually went. Alright, we're into this room, and over here is where the water symbol will go. But before we put the water symbol in the receptacle, what we need to do is climb up here, because there's an item in one of the aquariums that we will not be able to get if we put the water symbol into the receptacle. You gotta do a run and jump over to the chandelier. It's kind of hard to grab, so I wish the best of luck to you. Over there you see a bunch of fish. Okay, that means we can't go in that pool because those piranhas will eat you up. Let's fall into this water and pick up some harpoons. Now, if you would have put the water symbol into the receptacle before coming in here to get the harpoons, those piranhas would have attacked you. They would have eat you up. And that isn't very fun, so get those harpoons first and then use the water symbol. And what the water symbol does is it somehow transfers those piranhas from this aquarium over to the other one using magic and stuff. Tomb Raider magic. Alright, so now that that's done, we want to get into the other aquarium. You can run and jump over this chandelier. You can also do a running jump over to the ledge, but sort of a difficult jump, so running and jumping over to the chandelier is easiest. And now let's go into this aquarium because there are 2 levers underwater that we wouldn't have been able to pull if those piranhas were still in this area. So we get a cutscene of an area that we saw before. I mentioned that there was a trapdoor that was shut. Okay, we're opening that trapdoor now. I think I even said that we wouldn't be getting into that in this video. I guess I was wrong. We gotta go there now, actually. Like I said, this TRLE is awesome. The puzzle's big. The area is really large. It's really hard to keep where you're at in your mind. It's pretty cool. Okay, now we're being chased by some spirits. One of the things you can do in order to kill them is just go up to this aquarium, okay? They're pretty much... Water is drastic for these guys, okay? They really hate water. So the idea here is to find water and kill them. You can use that aquarium, or you can just go back to one of the other pools. But this seems to be the easiest way to get rid of them. And the longer that they're floating around, the more damage they can do, so yeah. Alright, so now we gotta find our way back into the water area underneath the ship. And I'm basically backtracking the same way that I came. Remember where that pole that I climbed up right here? Okay, that's where I'm going. It's very easy to get lost in this area, so try not to lose your bearings when you're playing this game. Now we want to fall into the water. And we can climb out again over here on this ledge. Turn around, do a running jump over to this tile. And we will find the hatch that we opened right here. Alright, so here is another grate that we can shoot, but we need to use the harpoon gun simply because we can't use the pistols in here. Now, if you're up too close, you won't be able to shoot that grating, so be very careful. Make sure you're back a little ways from it. Otherwise, you may actually believe that you can't shoot it, and that'd be the wrong thing. Here's another shark we can deal with. Okay, it's, like I said, it swims really slowly, so you have an opportunity to get some serious shots on it. Okay, it's dead. Now swim out of this hole right here and into this section. Okay, in here you'll find a steam valve sign, and there's some steam right here. The idea is to get a valve hand wheel and put it on there, but we can't do that just yet. In fact, we won't be doing that in this video. That's part of another puzzle we'll see in the next video. Alright, we'll run up into this room. Now, what you want to do is there's a couple ways you can go. There's always a couple ways you can go in this Trle, it seems. There's so many branches, but the way you want to go is straight out of there, okay? We'll come into this boxy area, and you may notice that there is a large med pack up on the ledge up there. In order to get that large med pack, you'll find this box right here, and there's a crawl space right here that'll take you around so you can pick that thing up. Alright, now that I've got that, we can get out of here. For some reason you can't flip out, probably because the ceiling is too high for the exit, and that's fine. Now what the goal is to get up to the top up here, okay? There's some steps over there that will take you up there, but the door is shut, so we need to open that door. In order to open it, we just gotta get up to the top of this thing. Alright, so I'm aiming for this box over here. And now we can find this rail. It's broken away. It's going to give us access to the top up here. Alright, let's do a running jump over to the other side right here, and we'll find a movable box. Okay, and we'll also find a door that we can open. This door is what we can use to climb up here later, so we don't have to worry about trying to make it up here the same way that I just came. Let's move this box out. And we're going to position this box so we can make a running jump over to the next ledge. Alright, the box is in position. Stand on top of it. Be very careful because the ceiling is too low. You have to do a running jump over to the side like this in order to make this jump. Otherwise you won't make it. Very important. Okay, another thing that we can do is, here's another movable box. Now the thing with this movable box is that we're not going to be standing on it. Well, we will be eventually, but its purpose is not to stand on the box. The purpose is to push it over the edge. Okay, there's a railing that's in front of Laura right now in the direction that she's pushing it. It's broken away, so we can push the box through and it falls down. Okay, now there's another passageway right here, but it's just a dead end, so... Now we need to make it down to the bottom. But we don't want to go the same way that we came, otherwise we'll probably fall off to our death. So let's go down this direction. There's a box right here you can fall on, and fall down to the bottom very safely, and find the hole that you created by pushing the box down into the ground. Alright, this broke away, and we now have access. We can't do a flip out either here, which is unfortunate. We love the flip out. And down here, the only thing is this theater key. Okay, this is going to be the last time that we're going to get in this video. I'm going to go up and show you where this goes, and then I'm going to end the video there. Alright, pulling ourselves out. We need to find the same way that we came in. I don't think this is it. Yes, it is. Okay. You'll know because there's no steps. Okay, the steps are the wrong way to go. Now as you go this direction, the door is going to open and also spawn another knight. Another phantom knight. Just make sure he gets close to him. Just make sure he gets close to you. Pound some rounds into his chest. And eventually you'll take a plunge. Alright, now over here there is a crab. And also, there's another piece of paper, another journal entry. So let's go ahead and look at this.
No.
Yes. Don't listen to her, guys. She's mean. Private museum. Okay, so go ahead and read that if you'd like. It tells you a little bit about the story. And this door will open later from the other side. And if we go out the door that opened when we came here, we'll be right back into the main hall. Alright, we keep coming back here, which is good. And this is where the theater key goes, guys. This is going to open this door, and this is going to be where I'm going to end this video. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Badass Games. Thank you very much for watching my Wreck of the Blue Storm walkthrough, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Everybody, Badass Games, welcome back to Wreck of Blue Storm. If you remember in the last video, we ended as we entered the theater. Okay, we put the theater key in, the door opened, and now we're in the quote-unquote theater. We're not quite there yet, but as you can see, there's some statues here. You're not gonna have to fight them, so don't worry about it. But over here on the right side, as you enter this area, there is a small med pack for you to grab, and med packs may come in handy. Just so you know, there's some, I guess, force damage. I guess you can't avoid it, but, you know, I may end up using a med pack only because, yeah, it's pretty difficult. You'll see when we get to it. Okay, over here, now we're in the theater, and right here, there's some harpoons on the ground, so don't forget to grab those if you want some harpoons. Okay, and if you notice, the stage is over there. There's a box you can move, but the problem is you can't move it to the right spot just yet. You need to get up over there when you move the box, but there is a way you can go, and it's up over here. Now this jump right here is kind of tricky, and I'm gonna try to show you a little trick that you can use to make sure that you get up in this spot. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you're not against the wall. You want to make sure you're about like midway in these steps, okay? And then make sure you're facing away, and then jump back so that way she makes that little tumble off, because it's a slide behind you, okay? You want to tumble, and then you're actually at the proper position you need to be. Do a backflip, jump and grab in the air, and you'll be able to grab this ledge to pull yourself up, okay? Now, over here to the right, there is a door that's shut, okay? I'm going to tell you right now that that's a timed door. We're going to have to press a button and make a timed run over to it. Over here on the left side, there's a cabinet, and inside of it we'll find some Uzi ammo. Alright, and this door right here we can open from this side. And this is pretty much going to lead us to the back end of the stage. Now, one thing you're going to want to notice when you're right here is that there is a lever area, okay? It's like a place where you can pull a lever, but the handle's missing. And if you've ever played Tomb Raider 4 or Tomb Raider 5, you might know what we need in order to use that, okay? Now, down this hallway, there's a shut door. We cannot open this door from this end. You can open the door manually, but you can only do it from the other side. But it's important that you remember that these two things are here. We got this, you know, this switch right there, and we also have that door over there. That's useful for a puzzle coming up later. Now let's fall back here. We're backstage, okay? We're behind the curtain. Right there's the curtain. Now the idea here is we need to raise that curtain, so that's what we're gonna go do. You can jump and grab these vines that are on the side of this box right here, okay, and pull yourself up to the top. So that way you can turn around. You'll notice that there's a little place over there where you can jump and grab. Maybe you saw it, but it's kind of dark, I understand. I really can't illuminate much for you. I'm kind of limited. But make sure you just run and jump, and you'll grab this ledge. Pull yourself up into here. Make sure you use the duck button because you have to crawl through this little opening. Now, unfortunately, we were on the other side of some glass, and yeah, well, you can't shoot the glass. I don't know, maybe it's bulletproof. They designed the boat knowing that Lara Croft would have to go through this thing, I guess. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a TRLE, so whatever, but yeah, I mean, you can't shoot this glass. Otherwise, you mean, right there's backstage, so blah, blah, blah. Alright, I'm just rambling on. Let's go over here and pull this lever. This lever is what's going to raise the curtain. Okay, now I wish I could shoot that glass out so I can leave, but I can't, so I'm gonna have to, crouch back through here and make our way to the other side. Now that lever opened the curtain, okay, so now we have access to the audience and to the backstage just through the curtain, which is awesome. And if you remember that box that was on one side of the curtain, on the audience side of the curtain, is now free to move backstage, and that's what we're gonna want to do. Okay, there's two movable boxes, by the way. There's one here, okay, and there's also one right here. I'm gonna leave this box for later because it's gonna come in useful for something else. I'm gonna end up moving this box right here instead. Alright, so we need to pull this out once, pull it backstage, because there's a couple of tiles out there that's going to prevent you from being able to pull this box as far as you want it to go. So let's just pull this out away from the wall, and then I'll get on the other side of it and start pushing. It seems like pushing is a lot quicker than pulling. Of course, I might be wrong about that. I mean, it seems that way. It might actually take more time to jump on the other side of the box than it would be to pull it all the way to the other side. I'm not sure, but whatever, man. Just push this box all the way. We don't want to go all the way to the wall. Okay, that's an important thing that we do not want to do, because then it'll be in the wrong spot and there'll be another tile that we can't move the box onto. So we want to make sure that we push it one tile away from the wall, just like this, okay? And then get on the other side and then push it up against the edge of the stage. Alright, and as you can see, if we would have pushed the box one more tile this direction, we wouldn't have been able to move the box because there's a, you know, busted up tile. Alright, now we want to jump onto this thing and use this box to run and jump up to this platform right here, okay? This little balcony area. We're gonna go in here, and there's a couple of things that you can do. Over there, this is the museum, okay? There's a sign that says museum. That's gonna be the end of the level. That's where we're gonna end up going at the very end. Okay, the only other way you can go for now is this direction. Now, these are breakaway tiles, but they aren't triggered to break away just yet. We have to do something, and then it will break away. Alright, we can fall down here. As you see, there's a tile right here that raises up. I guess it knew that, you know, Lara Croft. We could actually be in this room a long time ago, but the only thing is that this tile wasn't raised back then in order to let us get access to the top up there. So kind of interesting that this tile just automatically comes up and allows you access. But anyway, we have access now, so let's use it. This boat is a ghost, I swear, man. Alright, and the goal here in this room is to make it over to this switch that's over here, okay? The switch is really well hidden, okay? And this is a time switch. This is the switch that's going to open the time door that I told you about earlier, okay? And the timer is really, really short. I mean, if you're having a hard time with this, what I recommend doing is saving the game here, okay, and then pressing the button. Okay, you have exactly about as much time as you need to make it over there. Alright, so we want to fall, and we want to get onto this ledge right here. There are two ways you can go. I'm going to try to show you the quickest way. Alright, jump up here, turn around, run and jump over here. Now the tiles break away, so be very careful or just die. See, that's why I saved it. So let's go ahead and reload. Load game. Right here, let's try this again. This time let's be more careful when we go through that thing. So as soon as you press the button, take 2 hops back. I didn't say that, but that's one thing that you might want to consider doing. And then hold the action button so that way you don't slide too far. Alright, so let's get on this side, run, jump over here. Now, breakaway tiles. Alright, I did that better this time around. And right back out into the theater, okay? Now, there's a couple of things you can do. You can either go up and use that special jump that I showed you, or you have the access to the backstage, so you can go this way this time. Alright, let's go ahead and use the sprint function. Make it around this table. Be very careful because there is broken glass on the ground. Just make your way around it, and you should be able to make it into this door, like, just in time. Yeah, we barely given enough time to do that. Okay, now, while we're up here, let's go ahead and go over here. We don't need to do this, but it's going to give you a hint on how to solve the next puzzle. Over here, there's a skull sitting on a pedestal. Something is inscribed on the skull, facing the death. So it's kind of a hint as to what you need to do in the next puzzle, which is where we're going to go right now. Before I do that, I want to take a look outside because, man, look at all the pretty fishies. Oh, it's so beautiful. Yay. Okay, anyway, enough of that. Let's go down here. We're going to go to that skull puzzle. Before we go into the skull puzzle, yeah, we need to do another thing, okay? I keep forgetting to actually do this when I practice. I'm glad I remembered for the playthrough. We want to open this door, okay? And you'll see the reason why I decided to open this door first before going to do this puzzle. Turn around and go into this room and you'll find the skull puzzle. Okay, so here's the idea. You need to have all of these skulls facing each other onto the inside of this. So basically, they all would be facing me as where I'm standing right now. Okay, you have a chain here. There's 3 chains in the room. There's one there, there's one over here, and there's one over here. Okay, now the idea is also that each chain is going to rotate the 2 skulls that it's closest to. Okay, so that means that this chain is going to rotate this skull, and it's also going to rotate this skull. Okay, but as you can see, there's no other chain that's going to affect this skull, and that just tells you that you need to pull this chain until that one skull is facing on the inside, and there it is, it's facing inside, and that's exactly what we want. Okay, this puzzle is actually very easy if you know the solution. It's just four total chain pulls in order to get in the right position. Now this skull right here is also, well, there's only one chain that affects it, and it's right here. But this chain, remember, it's going to affect the other skull too. So now we have 2 skulls in the proper position. We have these 2 skulls that are facing outward. Well, that's nice because here's a chain right here that's going to affect both of those skulls. And now we just got to pull this one twice to get the... Whoops, I didn't mean to do that, Lara Croft. To get the skulls facing inward. I'm going to try to jump and turn around. Okay, it's going to open a door. Okay, it's going to solve the puzzle. But it's also going to break these skulls away and... Spirits, man, spirits. Okay, so this is why I decided to open the door first, because I don't want to stand here with these spirits trying to attack me. Alright, if I can find my way out of here, there it is. Alright, sweet. Now the idea here, while you're getting chased by spirits, is to find water. The water is what's going to take these guys out. So I'm going to go back to the very entrance of the boat. This is where we came in at, right over here. And then they're not going to be able to attack me. They're going to perish. Don't have to worry about any more spirits, man. So yeah, if you had to open that door, you'd have to take some damage. Just so you know. Alright, now that we've got that out of the way, let's go back to where we came from. Remember, this place is a very large open area, and it kind of sucks if you don't remember, if you can't remember exactly where you're at. I mean, the bearing that I use is this is the center room, so if I find this, then I can pretty much remember exactly where everything's at. But the Quasar did a really good job of making sure that you're confused as you're running through here. Okay, so now let's make it back if I can even think of it. Which, okay, yeah, here it is. So just go straight through the doors. Okay, the puzzle that I did was right here. Okay, that's the skull puzzle. This is the area where we came down the steps. We had the time door up over there. Okay, the door that opened was back here underneath the stairwell. So we can come back here. We have access to this. This is what the skull puzzle gave us access to. And now let's go down and into this area right here. Alright, now when we stand right here on this tile, we're going to get a view of something, okay? There's an underwater switch. You can see where I'm at in relation to it right now. We want to actually fall down in there for now. We can't pull that switch because this place is not flooded, so we need to flood it. Alright? So while I'm down here, though, we can actuate one of these platforms. Okay, there's a platform right here that's down. Okay, and we can actuate that by coming down here and finding this tile right here. Okay, we can pull ourselves up right over here. Do a standing jump. Hopefully it works. There we go. Alright, and then make a running jump over for there. You can sort of see the lever in the distance if you have good eyesight in the dark. But here's the lever that we need to pull. This is going to raise that platform that I just showed you. See, it doesn't tell you what it does, but I told you what it does, so... Alright, so let's make our way over there. Now there are 2 ways. Well, first of all, let me show you how to get back. You want to stand up on this tile and then do an angled jump and grab the ceiling here, okay? So we can monkey bar our way over to the other platform. Now he gives you a hint as to where you need to let go. You need to let go just before the green shrubbery, and you will land on the platform. If you go too far and you let go, you'll probably fall and die or something crazy like that. Alright, now here is a tricky jump, okay? There's 2 ways you can make this jump. You can cross the pipe and then make a running jump from where that barrel is over there in the distance over to the platform. Or you can jump from here, but if you jump from here, it's a lot more difficult, okay? So I'm going to show you how to get this jump. Not 100% though, sometimes I miss. You have to veer, it's really tricky, so if you're having a hard time with this jump, go across the pipe and then, you know, do a jump from that corner. It's a lot easier. But you can do it from here. Yay, I did it. Sweet. And then let's pull out our pistols because we're going to fight a crab. And there we go. Now, the only reason why I didn't cross the pipe is because it takes a little bit of time, and I really don't want to spend time trying to cross that pipe. I want to cross that pipe as little as possible. Okay, I open this door right here, and we come into a familiar area, which you may have recalled from the last area. And here we are. This is the switch that used to flood that one area that I needed to actuate the switch twice in order to flood certain rooms. Well, the switch also floods the room that we were just in, where we have the underwater lever. So now we can access the underwater lever. So let's go in here and pull this lever. And what this lever is going to do is it's going to open a trapdoor in another section. Okay, we need to go over there right now, and I haven't shown you where that was at, and I'm going to show you that right now, of course, because that's where we need to go. Okay, so here's the platform. We can pull ourselves up in over here. Now, the way that we need to go is over here. It's really tricky. You can see the crawl space right there. Jump and grab in the air. Pull yourself up and crouch, and then just crawl through this section. Alright, there's nothing above in that open area right there, so don't worry about it. Pull yourself up, and then we will find the trapdoor that we just opened. Right here is a small med pack. Just grab this and then fall into this water. Now take out your harpoon gun, because there's a shark swimming around in here. Okay, it takes about 9 or 10 shots from the harpoon gun. Fortunately, he's really, really slow. He's not anywhere near as fast as the sharks in Tomb Raider 2. So you can just sit here. Oh my god, it's coming right for me. Alright, he's dead. Awesome. Now that he's gone, let's go over here, and there's a trapdoor on the ground right here, okay? So let's use the action button to open this trapdoor. Laura's going to take her sweet time trying to do this. Fortunately, you have unlimited air, okay? So you don't have to worry about finding any air. At least not for now. Alright, let's swim out here. Now what's going to happen is you want to swim straight, and this current's going to push you, and you'll basically swim directly for that opening, which is what you want to do in the first place. Swim to the left and into this room. There's nothing to the right, just a dead end. And at the very end, you'll find some harpoons. Now, when I did the live stream of this, I had a hard time trying to figure out what I needed to do here, because there is one thing that's really well hidden in this area, okay? And I'll tell you right now, you can see it. You can see it on my screen, all right? What we need to do is we need to grab the harpoon gun, and right here, this opening right there, you need to shoot it with your harpoon gun and go inside of here. Okay, very, very well hidden. I applaud Quasar for that nicely well hidden area thing that you needed to open. And pull this underwater switch, and this underwater switch is going to open up another hatch. If you did some exploring and you were, lost, you would have seen the hatch, and well, now it's open. We're going to swim through here, and here is our hatch that is now open. Swim down here, take out your harpoon gun again, because we got to fight some catfish or koi or whatever you want to call these things. Oh, she's not aiming at him. Why the heck? What's wrong with you, Lara Croft? I forgot how to shoot a gun. There, we got one. They're taking some damage, but that's fine. I really don't care. I'll end up using the med pack anyway, so. Alright, they're all dead. They're all dead. Okay, now one thing that you're going to do is when you get to over here, you'll find the crowbar, and you're going to want to save your game before you pick up this crowbar. Okay, it's very important, because this crowbar, for some reason, magical, it's going to break your unlimited breath thing that you got going on. So make sure you understand that now you do have limited breath, okay? So we got to go. And also, there's a secret on the way out of here. You can either grab it on your way out, or you can come back. Just make sure that if you want the secret, that you do either or. And I'll show you where that's at. It's pretty obvious where it's at, honestly. Here, just swim down. Boom, there's a trapdoor. That trapdoor is open. I didn't point that trapdoor out to you, but it was there. I'm going to bypass it for now, and then go in here. Remember, this is that current area. Just swim straight, and it will push you in the right position. Swim through here, turn left, and then swim up and into this room. Now the way that you need to go is right over here. Now look how much, now here's the opening, okay? Finally get some breath. But look how much air I had left. Now we can go back and get that secret. This is the safest way to do it, okay? So you definitely have a limited amount of time in getting this secret as well, even from here, but it's more safer to do it from here. So let's go back and get that thing. Okay, here's that current area again. Swim this way. and then back up and into this room. Now that trapdoor, which I didn't point out before, is now open, and you can swim through here. And then right here is our secret. We get the Uzi, okay? This is kind of a big area, and you can explore if you want, if you think you have plenty of time to do so, which I don't think you do. But, yeah, now that we have that, we'll swim out here. There's nothing in that other area is what I'm trying to tell you. There's no reason to explore in there. We got the Uzi. Running out of breath, as you can see. Remember to swim up. You gotta kind of remember exactly, like, what, the pathway is. And as you can see, we barely have enough air. I probably would have lost a bunch of life if I would have tried to get the secret before doing that. Okay, so finally we're back into this flooded room that we flooded earlier, and there's a way that you can get back to the entrance, which is what we need to do, and this time we're going to cross the pipe, because we need to get on the other side. We have the crowbar now, okay, and it's very important that you understand that this is what we've been doing, okay? Had you crossed the pipe before, you would have noticed that there is something that you need the crowbar for. Alright, so let's cross this pipe. It's going to take a little bit, so bear with me. This is why I didn't want to have to do this before. It's just the same type thing as like a tightrope walk on 2m 4 or 5 or whatever. So, yeah, this is the reason why I didn't want to cross this, because I don't... I wouldn't have to sit here and deal with this. Pretty simple if you're not sure, if you've never played 2m 4 or whatever. You just hold forward and Lara Croft will walk, and then she'll start acting like she's gonna fall off, and then when she leans to one side or the other, you press the opposite direction to correct her, and then she'll line herself back up properly to walk across the pipe. Of course, I had to sit there and talk about it, and the entire time she wouldn't worry about it. Okay, if you would have crossed the pipe before, you would not have noticed that there was a bunch of steam being spewed in this room, okay? This, after we got the crowbar, this happened. So now we need to get across the steam. You will potentially take some damage while you're doing this, so just deal with it. It's really no big deal. Alright, do a run and jump over this one. Take a hop, step back, and then hop over here, and then turn to the right to find the valve. This is what we need the crowbar for. We need to pop this valve off. You may have noticed in the last video, there is that steam valve area, okay? We got to go back there. Now that we have the valve, we can turn that. If you turn around after you grab the valve, this is what's called the valve. It's a valve hand wheel, though. I don't know why you call it a valve. Oh no, some damage. You'll find the large med pack there near the valve hand wheel. Okay, now I got to be careful in getting back here. Alright, whatever. Let's do a standing jump from here. I'm probably going to lose some life, only because it's really just... If you figure out how to get through this without taking damage, you're wasting your time, in my opinion. Yeah, you're pretty much going to take damage. It's just how it's going to happen. Alright, so now that we have all of that done, we need to get back to the main area, where we have the two statues of Poseidon, or whatever the heck that god is, Neptune, maybe. And this is the way you're going to do it. Okay, this is the way we came from originally. Okay, remember that we had... This is the opening that we opened after we finished the skull puzzle. Okay, and remember we have access to the main area through this doorway right over here. Oh, let me stop running into stuff and going the wrong way and stuff. Alright, so here's the main area. We don't want to go actually into the main area. We want to go down this hallway, not this hallway. I actually have trouble with this part a couple times. Where am I going? I'm trying to think of where I need to go. I can't, for some reason, process it. Yeah, I need to go this way. I don't know why. This is the way I need to go. Okay, so let me get the bearings here. This is, like I said, this place is very confusing, and I just got confused. So over there is the main area. I came from this direction. I'm going to take a left instead of going into the main area, and then I'm going to take a right and into this door right here, and it's going to lead me down, and this is going to take me to that steam valve. Alright? Remember, we came in and we went into this water before, and this is where we did all that flooding stuff in the last video. Well, now we can, what we want to do is we want to go over here to the steam valve. We can't go through that direction. That steam will kill you instantly, so don't even try. Here's the valve. Put the valve here. And she's going to turn it. It's going to turn off that steam, but it's also going to revert it to the other side, so we can't leave. We're now stuck. Okay, we can't go that way. That steam will also kill you in one hit, so don't even try. I'm telling you. Alright, finally, we're up into this section. Got a crab right here. We don't want to try to kill him with the harpoon gun, although that would be pretty cool, right? Takes 5 shots from the pistols to deal with them. And now, okay, so let me show you something. Over here is a shut door. We're pretty much stuck in here for now. Okay, that's actually the way out, too. And we'll open that door here by the end of what we're doing in here, by the end of this puzzle. Come into this big open area. Watch out for the shards of glass. Remember that they are there. And on the ground right here, we'll find a PDA entry. Okay, so if you're playing this game, I'll let you go ahead and read that when you play the game. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. So make sure you download and play this game if you want to know what's going on. It tells you about what's going on in this boat, and it's pretty interesting. Okay, so we come into this room, you see that there's a bunch of breakaway tiles that lead from one end to the other. Some of them are activated, some of them aren't, so you can go down there if you want, you can come back. It's fine. There's a couple of things that you need to do, that trigger more and more to break away, so be very careful with that. Now, you could go down there, and that's pretty much what you need to do, but for now, I'm going to choose to go down here and do something. And it's kind of weird, okay? Here's another pool valve, right? And so you'd think, oh, well, now I need to find another valve handwheel, and the solution is to use the same valve handwheel. But it's important to know that when you put the old handwheel in, then after you do that, you cannot take it back out until you go down to see where the new place to place the valve handwheel is. So now that we've done that, we can go back down in here and take this handwheel off. Okay, so go ahead and take your crowbar and pop this off. We would not have been able to do this if we didn't go down there and see the pool valve sign or whatever. So it's kind of a cryptic thing, and it's really annoying to me, honestly. But, you know, whatever. Whatever, man. Let's go in here. And honestly, that's all I really wanted to do when I went down there. I don't want to go down there now. I do want to go to the end of this corridor where all these breakaway tiles are. So I'm going to try to run and jump so that way I don't break away as many as possible. I want as few broken away as possible. So I'm trying to say here. We want to go in here, we want to take a left, and into this room we'll find a button. Press this button. You'll hear a door open, and we need to go in there. Now the door that opened, it's not that direction. The door that opened is over here. I'm going to try to, I don't want to break away this tile. I'm going to break away as few as possible, man. I'm going to go into this room right here. And we'll find this cabinet. Now some of these cabinets have stuff, some of them don't. If I don't grab anything out of a cabinet, then it doesn't have anything in it. But this thing has an empty bottle, and it's necessary to finish this puzzle. Okay? Now that we have that, let's jump through here. I don't want to break away any tiles, so I broke one away, that's fine. Because I need to go back that direction, and every single time I'm doing stuff, like when I press the button to open the door, and when I grab the empty bottle, more and more of those tiles that break away became active. This is where the valve handwheel goes, obviously, and we're going to turn this. It's called a pool valve. It's going to fill the pool. Now, if you would have explored a little bit more than I did, and I didn't show you what's going on, this area right here would not have been flooded. And that's fine. You can fall down in here even without the water and pick up some Uzi ammo if you'd like. But the important part of this thing being flooded is that now we can come over here and fill the empty bottle. We need to fill it with water. Let's turn around. Now you want to take a step forward and wait for Lara Croft to end her animation before you select the bottle. Otherwise she's going to tell you no, and you might think, well, it's not going to work. Yeah, just make sure that her animations are completed before you try that. Now we have a water-filled bottle, and we have to get over to that ledge over there. Now this jump is kind of tricky because you need to use the half-tile run and jump trick. Okay, in order to make this jump. Sometimes the half-tile run and jump doesn't work, and I would just mess around until it does. Save your game even if you would like. It doesn't matter. Now we need to get to the other side of this thing right here. I'm just gonna run, take some damage. I don't care. Jump over here, and this is gonna be the way back. Alright. This jump is also sort of tricky, but it's very easy. You don't need to grab or anything. Just angle for that opening and then run and jump. And now let's make our way up to the area where we had a bunch of breakaway floor tiles and hope that we don't die. Okay, you might want to consider using a health pack, maybe. Alright, so now I need to make it to the other side. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of breakaway tiles I gotta worry about. Well, none of them broke away. Interesting. Okay, so, cool. I have an entire path. I have an entire pathway. This is the reason why I wanted to make sure I didn't break anything away. I have an entire pathway to run back. So if any of those tiles activate after I do this part of the puzzle, then I should be fine. Alright, water-filled bottle. This is where it goes, okay? You don't need to worry about the fact that it needs 3 liters. The bottle has the proper amount. The door opens, and now we get our first Rose of the Seas. Alright, that's what this is called, Rose of the Seas, and also in the corner there's a small med pack. The rose is what we need in order to complete the major puzzle in this area. Okay, and we need to go get another rose. Alright, now that I have that, I'm just going to sprint across here, get back. As you can see, all these tiles are breakaway now. There's pretty much no way if you to get back if you don't grab that rose or whatever. I'm pretty sure that it's set up so that way you don't you can grab the rose. If you forget to grab the rose and come back, then you can make it back. But all these tiles are now fixed, and they'll break. So, okay. So when we came in here, we didn't notice these three guys. Fortunately, we don't have to fight them, but you do have to fight these three guys. Okay. So what we gotta do? Be very careful. These are the same guys, same type of guys that you fight in Tomb Raider 4. We gotta shoot them in the chest. Keep your distance, but you want to be close enough to land damage on them. And also keep in mind that there are shards of glass in this room. Okay, it's very important. You do not hit the glass. Do not jump. Okay, because if you try to jump, you'll land on it and potentially kill yourself entirely. Doing hopping back like I'm doing is very effective because even if you do get into the glass, you don't die. You keep your distance. It's really effective. Okay, now by killing all three of those guys, like I said, you don't have to fight those three. It opened this door that I showed you earlier that I said was shut and was the way back. Well, this door is now open. You may have recognized that door from the previous video. We were in this section, and the way that we want to go is pretty much cat-a-corner to the entrance. Okay? So we were in this room last time. You don't need to do any more puzzles in this room. We just want to go across and into this opening. And this is going to take us back to the main area. Okay, remember, like I said, this is a very confusing area, but here we are back in the main area, and this time we want to go into the theater. Okay, because the next Rose of the Seas is in the theater. Now that we have the crowbar, you may remember exactly what I want the crowbar for. Okay, I showed you what was out there. So now we can pull this lever that we saw. And what pulling this lever is going to do with the crowbar is it's going to open up the trapdoor that you may or may not have noticed in the center of the stage. Alright, so this trapdoor is now open. And what we want to do, you could fall in there if you'd like. You don't necessarily need to do this part just yet, but we might as well get it out of the way because we do need to do this in order to solve this puzzle. Alright, so let me push this. I want to push this into the hole. Okay, we're pretty much going to push this down and into there. And what this is going to do is going to give us access back out of there. And this puzzle is actually pretty tricky and well thought out. I really appreciate the complexity of this puzzle. Alright, now that we're down in here, it's a very dark area and it's sort of mazy, so I'm going to try to point you in the right direction. Okay, so right here is the hatch that's open. Use that as your reference point. Okay, now whichever way that hatch is facing, you want to go opposite that direction. Okay, so in this direction right here. And then go through here, find a crab. And we want to find this chain at the very end of the passageway. Pull this chain, it's going to give you a chandelier. It's going to lower. Okay, and it's important that thing's low, as you'll see here in a little bit. Alright, we got to fight some of these guys. Once again, there's two of them this time, and in a dark area, so it's pretty creepy. Just keep your distance. There is shards of glass in this area, so be very careful. Where's the next one? Here he is. Very, very creepy fight right here. I really enjoy this fight right here. Alright, so they're both dead, which is awesome. Okay, so let's get our bearings again. Here's the box. There's the flap that's open, and this is the direction you want to go. You want to go to the left of the flap. And then go around this corner, and you will find this room right here. This is where the chandelier's at. Alright. Kind of a big area. There's a couple of extra ledges you can land on if you'd like. None of these boxes are movable, and there's no items in here, with the exception of the rose. Let's jump up here and grab the chandelier, which you would not have been able to do if you didn't pull the chain. Over there is the rose. Let's actually take out the binoculars and take a look. Over there is the rose. Okay, so that's what our goal is. However, as you can see, we need to get onto that ledge right there, which we cannot grab from here. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to raise the chandelier, but if the chandelier's up, then we can't grab it from down below. So what we need to do is run and jump over here and open this door. I showed you this door a while ago. And this door, if you go through this door, it'll lead you to the where the switch is, the switch that we needed the lever, the crowbar for. Okay, that opened the trapdoor down below. Now be very careful. You can either go through that door and make your way back down through the hole in the stage, or you can just make it the way back down like I'm doing. Doesn't matter. There's a couple of ways you can make your way back down. Just do whatever you think is necessary. Okay, and now the goal is to raise the chandelier. But remember, if we raise the chandelier, we won't be able to grab the chandelier from down here, and we won't be able to get through the doorway, which is why we have the box right there. We'd push the box through. Alright, if you didn't push the box through, then you need to have the chandelier lowered, and you'd have to go through the doorway and push the box down into the hole. Let's raise the chandelier. Like I said, I cannot grab the chandelier to leave. I have to use the fact that the box is down below right here this time. Okay, and this is going to lead us back up to the stage. Now this is the interesting part, okay, because the chandelier is up, I can now... Whoa, make sure you grab that, Laura. The chandelier is up and this door is open, so now I can go into this room and jump on the chandelier while it's raised high. The very important aspect of this puzzle. Okay? So that's the whole thing. You can't open that door from the other side, you have to do it from this side. Very well thought out puzzle by Quasar, and I appreciate that. Definitely a really cool puzzle. Alright, so let's walk to the edge of the chandelier. And now what we need to do is we need to run and jump for that, but now the chain behind me will interfere with my running pattern, so I have to kind of angle away from it. Let me go ahead and save my game in case I miss. You have to run and jump and veer to the left and aim for the corner. You will make that jump, hopefully. Shoot away the casing for the rose, and now we have the second rose of the seas. Now we gotta make our way back down. We need to go back to the main room is basically what we need to do. Alright, so it's not an easy task. I'm just gonna fall down. I'm gonna go back up to the stage through the hole in the stage. Okay, you could probably jump on the chandelier and make your way back if you'd like. Seems that would probably be the quickest way. But I just want to show you that if you don't make that, if you miss the chandelier, you fall down. This is probably the easiest way to go, next to the shortest way. Alright, so let's go ahead and climb back up. And now we're back into the theater. And now let's make our way back to the main room. If you can remember exactly which direction the main room is, this is the way we came in originally. Okay, at the very beginning of the video, I was standing right here. And this is the main room. Now what we want to do is we want to go across the main room to the other side. Okay, this is going to take us to the receptacles for the Rose of the Seas. This is the Neptune Lounge, which you may recall from the last video as well. And over here is the jump you need to make. Okay, when you got to make this jump, very difficult if you need to watch your head. If you don't watch your head, then it becomes a difficult jump. Make sure you make it across that without dying. There's glass shards down there that will kill you instantly if you fall into them. Alright, so now let's place the Rose of the Seas into the receptacles. And you get a picture, that's in the main area by the way. And placing the next Rose of the Seas is going to open the hidden door, okay? And despite the fact that it has a clock on the door, it is not timed, so you don't need to, you're not in a hurry at all. Let me show you how to get back now. Okay, we gotta make this jump once again. Be very careful. Jump at the end. And then into the Neptune Lounge once again to make our way back into the main area. And here we are. Now, the door that opened is up there. So now we gotta go there. And you may remember how to get through there, okay? This is all this happened in the last video. Honestly, like, this is the reason why I really enjoy this Trle, because it's so large and so puzzly and just mysterious. Really, really well put together Trle. Alright, let's shimmy over to the right. Pull ourselves up right here. We did this before. If you remember, we went and did the harp puzzle. The harp puzzle is through that doorway where the glass shards are. Okay, this time we can go into this room right here, fall into the water, and finally we are on the other side of this aquarium glass where we can pick up this private museum key. Okay, it's going to show you where it goes into the museum. And yeah, another thing that you need to do is then remember where that's at, okay? I'll show you where it's at, but trust me, it's very easy to get lost in this TRLE. Very, very easy. You're not alone if you get lost. Okay, so where I'm going is into the theater. Remember, this is where it's where we put the theater key. Okay, going back into the theater. And then what we gotta do from here is we need to get onto this box right here. We need to make our way back up over on this side. Okay, you may remember this part. This is where the timed run happened, okay? And there was one particular area that I didn't go into. I think I may have shown you that this was the museum sign was right here, okay? So there's a museum. This is where we need to go. Take your pistols out. There's a couple of crabs. This boat's like your mom, full of crabs. Alright, there we go. So we shot the crabs up. Let's go over here and use the private museum key in the keyhole. Gonna open up the door up above, and we're going to go into the private museum. But this is where I'm going to end this video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching my Wreck of the Blue Storm walkthrough, and I'll see you guys in the next video, the final video for Wreck of the Blue Storm. Take it easy. And we're in a place called the Private Museum. As you can see, my life is flashing. I'm going to go ahead and use a med pack because I'm going to need my life high. Very easy chance for you to lose your life, especially when we come to this boss fight. Okay, so there's really not much in this room. There is one thing you may notice, that up straight up above there's a hole. That's actually a return path from somewhere, so you can't get up in there. You actually come back out of it. Okay, and as you come into this room, you'll find that there's a puzzle right here, and it's a pyramid type puzzle. And the solution to the puzzle is given implicitly here with this pyramid in the center. I'm going to show you the explicit solution. They give you two solutions for this, but for now what we want to do is go over to this mirror real quick and kick it in, and you'll find this key right here, and this is going to let you into this room. After you solve the pyramid puzzle, then the door that opens is actually in this room. So let's go ahead and just open this real quick and go in here, because there's a couple things that we're going to want to do while we're in here. Over here, you'll notice that there is a book. This is sort of a more explicit solution to the pyramid puzzle. So as you can see, it shows you that the blue and the yellow and the red and the gray all need to be facing each other, and so that's how you pretty much solve the solution. We'll go do that here in a second. What we're going to do for now is come over here and grab this PDA file. Okay, this is the fourth one. If you guys want to know what that says, I'll let you download and play the game yourself. You can pick it up and read it. Okay, so you can go solve the puzzle if you want. Like I said, I was going to do it in a second. I lied to you. I'm going to come over here and shoot this vase off, because it's going to open up a trap door right here. And this is going to lead to a couple items and a secret. So this is not required. You can just go do the pyramid puzzle and then head to the end of the level if you'd like. This is going to take us out into like a large open cave area, which is pretty cool. It's going to show us some items that are in the distance, and we get a good view of what's going on in this area. So I'm not sure exactly how this area is here right now because of all, you know, you're underwater or whatever, but who cares, you know? It's pretty cool. So we'll go back here and grab this stuff. Now, one thing you need to know, that when you come back here, you spawn an enemy. It's a very large crab, okay? He's not a boss or anything, but he's a very large crab, takes a lot of shots. He can poison you and he can do some serious damage. I'm going to use the Uzis. As you can see, I've only got 150 shots for the Uzi. Yeah, you don't really get too much Uzi ammo in this. You don't really get a whole lot of weapons, but that's fine. Okay, so here's that huge crab. I'm going to try to jump over him and lay waste to him. Just try to keep your distance, otherwise he can poison you. Okay, so he's dead, and now the goal is to get onto the second level up there. So, well, I guess it'd be the third level if you considered that area where I came from the first. But regardless, this is how you're going to want to get up there. Here's the opening to the cave where I went back and grabbed the items. You want to kind of just hop up here if you can. Okay, there's a couple of other ways you can get up here. This is the quickest. And then from here, what you want to do is you want to jump over to here, this part right here. Now be very careful when you're making your jumps here because there are some triangle slopes. Like right behind me, I can't stand there because it's a slope. Be very careful you don't fall off, otherwise you have to kind of make these jumps over again to get back up here. From here, oh, see, this is what I'm talking about, man. You fall off, you gotta start over again. Alright, so let's try to get back up here. I'm gonna show you a different way in case you're having a hard time with that jump. It should be rather easy, just don't grab in the air and you should be able to jump up. So this way is a lot easier if you're having issues with that jump, though. Let's just jump over. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, showing up. It's not going too well. I'm playing like crap. That's fine. That's fine. This is a walkthrough. Alright, so let's go up here. Once again, jump over to this thing, and let's line ourselves up for this next jump, okay? It's just straight ahead. Right here. Now, one thing I want to mention too, I forgot to mention at the very beginning, is that you should turn on your PDA or your flashlight, just like you're lighting a flare. It stays on permanently, so as soon as you turn it on, it's fine. There's no batteries to worry about or anything. And every single time you go into a new section, it turns off. So you just turn it on, make sure you do that. Okay, from here, what I did is I lined myself up. I'm going to do a running jump for this particular platform, and you kind of have to land on it, okay? You can't grab the edge, and anywhere else you grab is a slope. You can't make it up here unless you do it that way. Okay, from here, it's actually a lot easier. You want to run and jump and then kind of slide off this thing backwards. And remember, she can go around corners while hanging from the ledge, so we can do this in order to get up onto the first deck. Alright, so now what we're going to do is do a running jump for this ledge straight ahead of Laura. It's another one of those tricky ledges, so you gotta make sure you aim for the corner. And yeah, I missed. That's fine. I'll go back around and I'll see you guys back at that spot. Okay guys, I'm back at the spot. Tricky jump once again. You gotta jump from the pretty much from the far left. You don't want to be in front of this gate, but you want to be like just to the right of it. And you want to aim for the corner of that tile. It's kind of hard to see, I know, but if you jump properly, you should be able to make this. It's not too difficult. It's just don't grab in the air and you should be able to land on it. Okay, from here we want to jump and grab the second deck. Pull ourselves up. We're almost done. We're almost to the secret. Okay, we're going to pull ourselves up over here where we can crawl. It's a little crawl space right here. Make sure you hold the crouch button under pull yourself up. I actually forgot to do that just now. So yeah, you have to hold crouch in order to pull yourself up into a crouch position. So crawl your way through this section, and as you can see, the straight ahead is where we want to be, I guess. Eventually, Lara Croft can stand up. Okay, now be very careful because there's a hole directly below you. Now remember, that's that hole that I showed you when I first started this level. Okay, that'll take you back down to the entrance. You don't want to fall down there. You actually take fall damage even if you hang from the ledge, so I can only imagine how much fall damage you'd take if you just fell through it. So, alright, fall in the water. Okay, this is where we're going to find an underwater lever. Okay, you can actually find this lever from the other side of the aquarium, too. Only by pulling the lever do you actually spawn, you actually get the secret. It actually counts. See, if I go to my statistics, you can see I got 2 of 2 secrets. There's only 2 secrets in this game, so yeah, you don't even need to grab this Seraph. Okay, this is known as the Seraph replica. All right, so as you remember from Tomb Raider 2, you had to grab the Seraph. Well, this is just a replica of it, apparently. So that's pretty cool. Now that we have that stuff, let's get out of here. And then the way to get out is you can either go all the way back, I suppose. Actually, I'm not sure if you can. I have never tried it. But the quickest way, clearly, is to fall through this hole. Make sure you grab the ledge, like I was telling you before, because you will take fall damage. Okay, so let's turn back around because this is the way we want to go. And we're right back into the pyramid area. Now we want to solve this pyramid puzzle, okay? So the side of this big pyramid that has blue, the 2 pyramids that are on this side need to be facing each other with the blue side. So I gotta rotate this until a blue side faces Lara Croft. Should be only about 1 more turn. And now let's make sure that this is actually in the right position. Okay, so blue is facing this direction, which is what we want. And we gotta make sure that gray is also facing this direction. And that's the case, so we got it in the right position. Okay, so we have yellow facing that direction, but we want yellow facing this direction. So I'm gonna turn this thing until I get yellow facing me. Well, that's not quite it, so let's turn it again. We got blue in the right position, which is good, but not yellow. So let's turn it again. Oh, there's the other blue we need. So let's turn this one more time. Should be enough. She takes her sweet time. It's like, why do you gotta inspect this thing every single time you turn it, Lara Croft? What's wrong with you? Okay, so this pyramid's in the right position. We gotta make sure that yellow's facing Lara Croft this way, and the other way is red. So we gotta make sure red is facing to the right. Okay, so we got yellow facing. Oh, we got you got red facing to the right too. Okay, so very good, very good. We have one more to do, and it looks like all I gotta do is turn this one once. That way we have red and gray facing the right position, and a door opens up. Not quite sure where that door is at because it was somewhat hidden, but it's actually in this gallery right here. Okay, we go back this direction. This is the door that opened, and then we are going to begin the boss fight. It's actually a really cool boss fight. I applaud Quasar for this boss fight. I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, so straight ahead you will notice that there is an orb kind of just floating in the air. And it's also pulsating light, which is creepy as heck. This is probably one of the creepiest boss fights. The door shuts behind you, so you cannot leave. Alright, there's a couple of intricacies with this boss fight, and I'll try to explain them as I come to them. Okay, I went straight across from where I entered, and I found a large med pack. Okay, so basically straight back this direction is the entrance, but the door was shut, so I kind of had to go around. Now we can come in this room, and in order to start this boss fight, you need to draw your weapons and point them at this thing. I can't shoot it right now, otherwise I would. Now what's going to happen is the orb's going to disappear, and it's going to go into one of 8 different locations. It's either in one of the corners or in one of the side areas. Alright, so now we got to find this thing. It looks like it's in a corner, so let's try to find it. No, not there. Not there. Okay, so since I couldn't find it, I'll go around in a circle until I do find it. There it is. Now, the thing is, when you point your weapons at it, you're going to spawn this enemy. Okay, and he actually takes away a lot of life. So, the best thing to do is, what I found is actually take him out. Oh, but the orb also disappears and moves somewhere else. Now, you don't actually do damage. You can see the boss's life bar there down below. You don't actually do damage when you kill this enemy right here. But killing this enemy will prevent you from taking a lot of damage. Okay, so he's down. Now let's shoot the orb as much as I possibly can. Now the orb's not going to do anything. You just stand there and blow some rounds into it. This takes a while. Now, at certain points, you'll see this happen. Okay, and I bet that's actually back this way. What's happening is you look in the upper left-hand corner, you see a red bar. You also see my life bar. What you have to do is you have to find the red lit mirror, okay, before the red line goes all the way down. You can tell which one's the mirror because it's nice and brightly red. Okay, if the red bar depletes all the way, then your life bar will start depleting until you use the action button on the mirror to break it. Okay, now we lost the orb, so we gotta go find it again. And that's pretty much the fight. You just do this, and you rinse and repeat a couple times until the boss dies, and then you'll begin the last phase of the game. So we gotta find this orb. I bet I went the wrong direction. It's pretty easy to actually go the wrong direction, too. There he is. Alright, so let's... Alright, so this guy is gonna do a lot of damage to you, so you can either kill him, or you can just sit there and chug med packs if you want. Doesn't matter. I like to kill this guy because, yeah, it actually makes the fight a little bit longer. One thing you can do is not shoot the orb until you have a lock on until you have the other guy dead. Otherwise, the orb, I think it's on a timer, and I think it will teleport if you hit it once after a certain amount of time. So let's shoot the, well, I'm shooting the orb right now, but there are a couple things you can do to actually just dodge this guy too. Like right now, I'm gonna go in this room in order to dodge the enemy. He's still gonna hit me though. See, the thing, yeah, he just kind of gets annoying. Fortunately, the enemy transfers with the orb, so you don't have to worry about the enemy every single time it teleports. Until you get to the orb, in which case it spawns again. So, very interesting fight. I actually like this fight a lot. I shot the orb a couple times, which is bad. I want to kill this guy. I had more success by killing this guy first, and you can see them take a whole lot of hits. So let's go up and just pound away at this orb. Alright, so it transferred. Let's go find it again. About halfway through this fight, apparently. This is definitely a fun fight. I enjoyed it a lot. Sort of tedious. I mean, it's like, oh man, the orb disappeared. What the heck? Alright, so there's the enemy. Oh, he's hitting me with his stuff. I want to kill this guy first. One thing I like to do is just kind of keep getting behind him. I'm shooting the orb again. Let's just shoot the orb now. Alright, I think the orb, yeah. Yeah, if you can't... Okay, so it's straight across. I actually saw it. But the thing is, there's a door blocking me, so I gotta go around the long way. Must go the long way. Alright, let's spawn this guy and then kill him. I want to kill this guy before I have to go and fight that orb. There he is. There, okay, sweet. I got plenty of time to shoot at this orb. Now that whole red spirit thing's gonna happen once again, too. I think it happens at like 80% health and at 30% health or something like that. You just know that that's gonna happen and you have to take care of that at some point. Alright, now I'm shooting the orb again. I'll just go up here and shoot the orb. There it is. So, I can't see though, which is kind of annoying. Shoot the orb. Alright, so now I gotta find the red mirror, wherever it may be. Let's hope I find the red mirror before I find the, oh, I found the orb first, which is bad. Let's go find this red mirror. I need to find this mirror. Where is it? Okay, I still have some time because my life's just gonna deplete, so if this happens to you, just chug med packs. Oh no. Just chug them, I suppose. I need to keep chugging these things. There we go. That depletes your health super fast. Get some damage in on this orb. Maybe kill this thing. Eh, whatever. She's not doing a whole lot of damage to me, so this is fine with me, I guess. I'm doing a crap load of damage to that orb, too, though. Alright, so now it disappears, and really you don't need to do anything. The game will actually automatically transfer you outside of the museum, so... And now we begin the escape. Now, this is a timed run, okay? I recommend you save as soon as possible because you kind of need to know what's ahead of you, otherwise you probably die. There's a lot of stuff falling from the ceiling. It's going to crush you. I'm going to try to show you and let you know when that stuff happens. But this is the way you need to go. I'm going to go ahead and just use a med pack. You need to fall through this hole right here. Now, the thing is that there's a lot of stuff that changed as well, so you cannot just go straight to the entrance. Okay, you kind of have to go a specific direction. This opening came out, and you're able to come in here, run and jump across this thing. There's pretty much only one route you can take to get out of here. Yeah, just follow what I'm doing. Follow directions I go. Make sure you jump this hole. Don't forget about that thing, and then do a sprint right here on the right side. Otherwise, that ceiling on the left side will crush you and kill you. Another hole right here. Okay, you have to jump those. You can't... No, I went the wrong direction just now, but that's fine. I should be able to still get through this. We'll see, though. We'll see. Alright, take a right here. Go into this room. We want to sprint down to the end. There's some steam pipes. I just run straight through it because I don't care. Fall into the water. And then we want to turn and aim for this opening over here. Now, the timer they give you is actually very, very tight. You really kind of need to know exactly what you need to do in order to get out of this. So, okay, as you're swimming through here, when you go past the B1 sign, hang a left, because there's some ceiling that's going to fall away and crush you if you don't know that it's there. Okay, and then you want to swim over here in the left corner, make sure you pretty much turn around. Now we're going to take a left as soon as we come out here and hug the left side, otherwise the ceiling will crush you. And then just kind of keep to the left a little bit to avoid that other ceiling. And now we're going to go into the Neptune Lounge, where there's going to be another ceiling that you got to avoid. So I hang to the left till it falls, and then I'm going to go through these double doors. And now we're finally out to the open area. You get a cool little camera view. I'm just pretty much going to aim myself for the opening. This is where we came from. Okay, this is the entrance to the boat. And yes. So apparently that orb didn't like what we were doing. Swim to the left and then swim to the right through here. Okay, you can actually go the other direction if you want. Go straight, but this actually gives you an oxygen canister. And now you have infinite breath again. Swim straight down, okay, until you can't swim down anymore, and then up. And then now we're into the main area. This is the point right here. As soon as you swim through this, you've made it. After the time runs out, that cave right there is going to pretty much disappear. Let's watch it. Now, if you didn't make that, then you go back to the load screen or you go back to the tile screen. But since we made it, we can continue on and finish this level. So as you can see, we can't go back through there. It's closed away. That orb did not like the fact that we destroyed it. Okay, swimming back through all this stuff, it should all look familiar. This is the very beginning of the game. Alright, we need to find our way out of here. And you basically just backtrack, even if you don't know. It's very easy. Okay, it's somewhat mazy, but the dead ends are very short, and there's not very many branches at all, so you should be fine. Just swim around till you find the exit. Make sure you avoid those jellyfish because they will poison you. You get drunk Lara. Actually, let's get drunk Lara as we're making our way out of here. Why not? Be fun. Okay, so I've got drunk Lara going on now. And I'm going to take a left this direction. And then we should be at the cave opening as soon as I come up through here. And then we'll get the credits, and this is the end of the game. Now, while the credits are going, you can just swim around out here. The actual way to end the game is to swim up to the boat. And this is pretty much it. Let's just take a look around. Very nice Trle Quasar if you ever decide to watch this. I really enjoyed it. And thanks to all the people that are mentioned in the credits, because without your contribution, this probably wouldn't be as good as a game as it is. And we're getting the effects of drunk Lara now. Thanks for playing. Okay, so now when you swim up here, as soon as the credits end, you can just chill right here and the credits will end. You'll get your stats. And that is the end of Rekka Blue Storm Trle. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm Badass Games, and I'll see you guys in whatever you decide to watch next. Take it easy.